Hi and welcome to Danish lesson number 9. Ni. Ni. Hope you can follow some of the things I say. It's getting at a critical point now with all of my Danish videos. And yeah, it's getting harder. I hope you can follow. Now I got a request by email by someone who wanted to know how to conjugate the nouns. The word mentioned in the mail was the word boy. And the word boy in Danish is called dreng. One boy, en dreng. Yeah. And so when it is called en dreng, then if you want to say the boy, then you simply take the en and put it at the end of the word. So that, in that way, the name en dreng becomes drengen. See my point? You do that every time you want to say something in particular, you know. Then you simply take en or it. We have both en and it, like you have one, like you have a and an. So you simply take that word and put it in the end of the noun. So the word boy in plural is drenge. Drenge. More boys. Flere drenge. Now, if you want to say that in particular, I don't know what you guys call it, I'm not all that into the terminology, sorry. It is called drengene, the boys. Drengene. And if you want to say, this is a boy's ball, for example, then the boys becomes drengen. Drengens. You simply put an S on it, just like you do in English. Really, you just use the particular form, you know, the form, and then put S in the end. So the boy, drengen, the boys, ball, for example, drengens. Then we have a boy's ball, just to take the same word, which isn't particular, which isn't the form, which is just called dreng, like one boy, en dreng. That is just called a boy's ball, en drengs bold, ball, bold. Then we have the non-particular way of saying it in plural, like, how do you say that in English really? More boys' ball. It's like a time, a tense that you don't have in English. I don't know how to explain it really, because you don't have it in English, I think. More boys' ball. It is just called, for example, if I had to say a sentence, I know those boys' ball. Then it is, jeg kender de drenges bold, ball. I know those boys' ball. Boys, drenges ball, bold. I know it sounds very weird, but it's just a tense that you don't really use in English. Sorry. And then we have the boys' ball. in particular plural. And that is just called the boys, drengenes bold. Drengenes. Yeah. And then the word boy, like every other noun, can be conjugated in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ways. 8 ways. Yep. And then I have another request which deals with verbs in the future sense. Now that is actually pretty simple. Like if you wanted to say, it would be cool to meet you, then you simply say, instead of would, if you take the primary tense, then it is I will, which is called jeg vil. She will, he will, we will, they will. It is all just called vil in the present tense. Now, in the future tense, then you actually use the real basic way to say the noun, which if you want to say will, in English would be to want. That you use as the future tense. So will becomes ville. To want, at ville. So if I want to say it would be cool, then I say det ville være sejt. Det ville være sejt. And that you do with every single verb, if you want to say it in the future tense. Sorry, damn, I'm rambling today. But you simply use the very basic way to say it. Just as to want, to buy, to go, so on and so forth. Really. Hope that answered your question. Otherwise, just ask me. And so I thought that I just wanted to say some sentences in Danish, you know, real quick, so you just have a feeling of how it sounds like. I hope the translation below can follow, but here I go. Jeg kan godt lide chips, fordi de smager godt, og jeg er dansker, og jeg kan godt lide øl, og jeg kan godt lide spiritus, og jeg kan godt lide koncerter i den fri luft, og alt muligt andet. Plus at jeg elsker jer YouTubere som subscriber og alt muligt andet. Det holder jeg rigtig meget af, og det kan jeg rigtig godt lide. Tusind tak skal I have. Wow! And that was the end of Danish lesson number 9. Remember the numbers? Go back to my previous videos in order to understand how the Danish language is built up. Please go back and watch them all, because otherwise it's just too hard to figure out. Just a friendly advice. Love you, YouTubers. Bye.